The Philippines is one of the world's largest archipelago nations. It is situated in Southeast Asia, in the Western Pacific Ocean. The Philippines is made up of 7,641 islands, making it one of the largest archipelagos in the world. Its islands are classified into three main geographical areas: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Because of its archipelagic nature, the Philippines is a culturally diverse country. With its topography consisting of mountainous terrains, dense forests, plains, and coastal areas, the Philippines is rich in biodiversity. It is considered as one of the mega biodiversity countries in the world with a high percentage of flora and fauna endemism. With its long coastline, the Philippines is gifted with stretches of pristine white sand beaches surrounded by crystal clear waters. But there's more to the Philippines than just being an idyllic tropical destination for island-hopping getaways and beach adventures. The Philippines is also home to world-renowned natural wonders like an underground river and rice terraces, incredible diving spots rich in biodiversity, colorful public transportation, unique cuisine, vibrant festivals that showcase its colorful culture, and friendly locals regarded as some of the happiest in the world. The country's official tourism slogan is, "It's more fun in the Philippines," because whatever type of travel adventure you're looking for, you're bound to discover a fun experience in the Philippines. Before deciding where to spend your next vacation, be sure to learn about what makes the Philippines unique and what makes visitors return and explore more of this tropical getaway. Here are the 9 reasons why you should travel to the Philippines now. The Philippine beaches and islands are certainly among the most convincing reasons why you should visit the Philippines. If you're asking what is Philippines famous for, it could take all day to list everything down. But its pristine beaches are among the main reasons why travelers across the world and the top 10 countries that love Philippines list the country among the world's best islands. Boracay is a surefire hit for travelers and beach lovers. Many people all over the world drool to go on a trip to this island. Boracay is famous for its fine white sand and now, clear blue waters, party scene, and amazing water activities. Then there goes Palawan that will make you scream, "I love Philippines," upon setting your foot on its ground. You can either go to Coron where great diving spots and lagoons are, or El Nido where you can just enjoy the chill ambience of the place. The Philippines' famous Boracay and Palawan have been chosen consistently among the world's best island beaches in the Condé Nast Traveler Reader's Choice Awards. Bantayan Island in Cebu also amazes tourists in so many ways. This Philippine island offers fresh air, calming sound of the waves, and cerulean waters. One thing that will make you realize it's more fun in the Philippines is visiting its beaches with towering waves and rich marine life. Diving enthusiasts around the world just can't get enough of the fantastic Philippine diving spots. Some tourists make their way to the Philippines to train or get their diving licenses because of its tropical nature and reputation as a great vacation destination. Palawan is home to Tabataha Reef Diving, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which boasts more than half of all known corals. Here you will find yourself swimming with turtles, black and white-tip reef sharks, and manta rays, among others, and admiring the beautiful corals under the water. Cebu prides itself on diving spots that are at par with the world's best. You can visit Cebu's Molbol Sardine Run, where you can do the Sardine Run experience and swim with millions of sardines. Another renowned diving spot in Cebu is diving in Malapascua, where thresher sharks are more commonly seen. Other species you're sure to see in Cebu diving spots are lionfish, batfish, tunas, and many more. Also located in Visayas is the diving spot called Apo Island Dumaguete, where you can swim with giant sea turtles. Some popular spots are found in Coron, Palawan, Apo Reef in Occidental Mindoro, and Monad Shoal in Cebu. Another thing that will convince you it's more fun in the Philippines is that it boasts amazing surfing spots. Some people from across the world travel here just to feel the adrenaline rush from surfing the Philippine waters. Surfing spots in the Philippines that are worth the visit include Siargao, the country's surfing capital, Baler in Aurora Province, and La Union. If these aren't enough to convince you it's more fun in the Philippines, I don't know what else will. The Philippines is blessed with unique natural wonders, and these are some of the best places to visit in the Philippines. Be in awe when you do the Puerto Princesa Underground River Tour, which will take you to the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park. It's the longest navigable underground river globally and is both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of nature. The Puerto Princesa Underground River features an underground river cave system with impressive stalactites and stalagmites formations. The Philippines is also home to the Chocolate Hills in Bohol, thousands of hills that look like giant chocolate kisses, like the chocolate brand. Chocolate Hills in Bohol actually resulted from coral deposits through rain and erosion. If you want to see the mounds in their brown color, it is best to explore Chocolate Hills during the dry season of November to May. They turn green during the rainy season of June to October. If you've ever wondered what it was like to live back when modernization hasn't taken place in the Philippines yet, a trip to the Cordilleras in North Luzon will give you an idea. You will see the rice terraces of the Ifugao, an indigenous group of people living in the Cordillera Mountains. This spectacular mountain landscape with terrace after terrace of man-made rice fields dates back to pre-colonial Philippines and is considered a repository of Philippine culture, tradition, and craftsmanship and is one of the must-visit Luzon tourist spots. Tourists from all over the world visit the Philippines not just to see its beautiful beaches and breathtaking sights, but also to experience the country's grand festivals. When it comes to parties and festivities, Filipinos take it seriously. In fact, each province has its own festival. They are vibrant, colorful, lively, and grand, and they are celebrated with a lot of pomp and show. These Philippine festivals showcase the country's culture and the locals' creativity. Many feature colorful costumes, painted bodies, and crazy beautiful street dance performances. Festivals in the Philippines offer people a chance to exhibit their rich culture and pay homage to the history and patron saints. No wonder, each province has its own Filipino fiesta that they are very proud of. Here are some of the festivals every traveler must experience at least once. Contrary to what others think when someone asks to describe the Philippines, Filipinos are not dull and boring. They know how to party, too. In fact, there are many great bars in the country that take the party scene to the next level. Enjoy a pub crawl at Poblacion in Makati or go to Bonifacio Global City or Ortigas to get the best city views, breezy outdoor escapes, and chic spots that are sure to have you sipping and toasting all night long. If there's one thing to describe the Philippines that will set it apart from neighboring Asian countries, it's being the melting pot of different cultures having been colonized by Spain, the US, and even Japan. Not only that, the Philippines has deep ties to the Malays and the Chinese. This rich history and diverse cultural influence is evident in Filipino cuisine, which is unique to its neighbors. Despite having food that has either taken its roots from another culture or has been recreated to fit the Filipino taste, the Philippines has still successfully carved its own space in the gastronomic scene. Some most notable Filipino foods include adobo, chicken or pork meat cooked in soy sauce and vinegar, and lechon or roasted whole pig, which the late Anthony Bourdain swore by as the best pig he has ever tried. There's also ballot, duck embryo, a Filipino street food perfect for those who like trying exotic dishes, and halo halo, a famous summer staple with crushed ice, milk, and sweetened fruits. Your trip to the Philippines won't be complete without feasting on fresh, but really affordable, seafood. If you can't get enough fresh crabs, shrimps, and other tasty seafood dishes, do a food tour in Roxas City in Capiz, the Philippine seafood capital. Want to taste the sweetest mangoes? Add a Guimaras Island day exploration to your itinerary. Island hopping in the Philippines usually includes lunch in one of the islands, served boodle fight style with freshly cooked seafood and tasty tropical fruits. For another culinary destination, join Pampanga Trips, the Philippines' culinary capital, which is just a few hours away from Manila. The Philippines has a wide range of picturesque mountains and trails for hiking adventures that you can choose from, and they all come in different sizes. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, hiking in the Philippines will be a great adventure for you. One thing is sure, you will be rewarded with beautiful sceneries, may it be a sea of clouds, picturesque landscapes, or even majestic waterfalls. Some of the must-try hiking tours include the Mount Pulag hike in North Luzon, Mount Pinatubo Day hike in Tarlac with 4x4 trail ride, Mount Pico de Loro hiking tour in Batangas, and the highest in the country, Mount Apo in Davao. Wherever you are in the country, there is surely at least one mountain to hike. The country also doesn't run out of exciting and adrenaline-pumping water sports that are also the best places in the Philippines for family vacation. Join the fun canyoneering in Cebu, whitewater rafting tour in Cagayan de Oro, and parasailing in Boracay. There's absolutely no reason for you to stay indoors and not enjoy these activities outside when in the Philippines. Even more perfect is if you get to share the thrill with your friends or fellow travelers. Cost is one of the major considerations of a traveler. Good thing, traveling in the Philippines is very affordable. For example, there are plenty of day tours that just cost around 1,000 Philippine peso or $20. You will find that there's a lot of cheap accommodation options for you in the Philippines as well, from dorm-type hostels to bed and breakfast homestays that are both perfect for budget-conscious travelers. For those looking for a better value, resorts also come in a whole spectrum of pricing. Oftentimes, package deals can be found if you know where to look. You will also have plenty of option when planning a Philippine staycation. Food in the Philippines is cheap too. For roughly around 150 pesos or $2 to $3. You will find yourself a decent breakfast place that offers classic Filipino food with coffee. The same goes for your lunch and dinner. Even alcohol is cheap, so you can have a fun nightlife while traveling without breaking the bank. Local transportation doesn't cost much as well, and you might find them a lot cheaper if you're traveling with a group so that you can divide the costs. As a budget-friendly destination, you can spend at least 2 weeks in the Philippines to explore a good bunch of islands or beaches and land attractions without having to spend that much. Services, such as spa treatments, haircuts, massages, and fine dining, are also relatively cheaper in the Philippines. Make sure to pack these into your itinerary when visiting. If you're lucky, you might have some money left after your trip that you can use to buy unique locally made souvenirs in the Philippines. May it be to locals or foreigners, Filipinos are warm-hearted people. They are caring, respectful, hardworking, and full of possibilities even in hard times. Filipinos are naturally empathetic. A loved one's problem becomes everyone's problem. They hold each other's hands, they hardly leave their loved ones alone, and they constantly check in with each other, whether through texts, calls, Skype, or other social media platforms. Filipinos respect their relatives, and they treat the elderly with great fondness. They grab their hand and put it against their forehead. This gesture of pagmamano is so deeply ingrained in their culture that it has become the greatest symbol of affection in the family. Filipinos don't discriminate, and that is why they are highly ranked for service, hospitality, and care-related jobs. So if you're asking how to introduce Philippines to foreign travelers, just say it's home to one of the nicest people in the world. If this doesn't convince you that it's more fun in the Philippines, we don't know what else will. Thanks for watching Maverick TV. See you next time on my next video.